The film begins on Prison Island in Japan. GUN security personnel are keeping a watch on Shadow the Hedgehog, who's been in stasis for 50 years. Shadow has flashbacks of a girl named Maria. Someone suddenly hacks the security system, reawakening Shadow. More GUN agents rush the area just before Shadow bursts out his containment pod. He utilizes his teleportation abilities to strike the agents, knocking them all out before fleeing. In Green Hills, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles engage in a race to see who is the fastest out of all of them. Sonic ends up being tricked by holograms and ends up going back to find that Tails, Knuckles, plus Tom and Maddie have prepared a celebration for Sonic's anniversary of his arrival on Earth. Later, Sonic and Tom come upon Sonic's old cave that he lived in before meeting the Wachowskis. They see a drawing that Sonic made of Longclaw, and he admits that he still misses her. Tom tells Sonic that, despite everything he's been through, he's never changed who he is. The festivities are disrupted by GUN agents led by Director Rockwell. She brings Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles to Japan for an important matter. They descend into Tokyo, where Shadow has wreaked havoc after defeating additional GUN agents. Team Sonic tries to take him on, but he is too swift and powerful. Sonic chases Shadow, who rides a motorcycle and shoots his rifle at him. Shadow eventually flees from Sonic's perspective. The group travels to Chow Garden and meets Commander Walters. He tells them that Shadow was discovered in a meteor that struck Earth. He possessed chaos energy and was considered too hazardous. The lab where he was being experimented on exploded, and the professor who tested him was captured and imprisoned. Moments thereafter, egg drones come and strike, killing Walters, but not before handing Team Sonic a key card to a secret GUN weapon. A mystery motorcyclist comes in, disables the drones, and rides away. The trio flees before Rockwell and other agents arrive, and she believes they took the card. Team Sonic catches up with a motorcyclist, who turns out to be Agent Stone. He says that he and Dr. Ivo Robotnik are not responsible for Shadow's escape. Stone transports the three into a massive mechanical crab and delivers him to Ivo, who has lapsed into a junk food coma since his previous loss. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles grudgingly agree to form an alliance with Evo and Stone when Sonic hands Eggman one of his quills. Shadow visits the old GUN facility. He reminisces about his friendship with Maria. Shadow is then discovered by his creator, right as Sonic and the others arrive. Everyone save Evo is incapacitated, and Evo meets his grandfather, Gerald, for the first time. Evo is overjoyed to have a member of his family alive. The Robotniks and Shadow tie up Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and Gerald explains that he needs a second key card to activate the Eclipse Cannon, a chaos energy-powered superweapon capable of world annihilation that is hidden beneath GUN headquarters. After Shadow steals the key card, the baddies abandon Team Sonic and activate a black hole that takes up the entire facility. The group manages to seize a ring and open a gateway, allowing them to escape. The three return to Tom and Maddie for assistance. They drive to London to GUN headquarters, which is Gerald and Shadow's primary target for the Eclipse Cannon. To gain in, Tom and Maddie disguise themselves as Rachel and Randall with suits. They insert a drive, which enables Tails to hack into the system and disable an energy shield, allowing Sonic to enter. Upon discovering the room containing the key card, they discover that Evo and Gerald have already entered the space with their respective supersuits. Rockwell locates them and manipulates the gravity in the room before other agents arrive. Knuckles intervenes to rescue them, causing everyone to either float or become affixed to the ground. But he ultimately acquires the key card and escapes. Tom, posing as Commander Walters, deceives Rockwell into granting him the key card. Shadow recognizes Tom in disguise and punches what he believes to be Walters in retribution. Tom is struck unconscious, and Sonic rushes to his side in a panic, prompting Shadow to recall his dying moments with Maria. He escapes just as Maddie rushes to Tom's side. He is brought to the hospital, and Sonic becomes outraged to the point of plotting revenge on Shadow. He asks Knuckles to tell him where the Master Emerald is so he can become Super Sonic again, but Knuckles refuses because he is pledged to keep it safe because it is too powerful. Tails tries to calm them down, but Knuckles gives in and informs Sonic that it is being kept by Wade. Sonic goes to him and takes the emerald. The villains raise the Eclipse Cannon from the River Thames and take it high into space. However, Evo is appalled to find that Gerald's objective is to destroy the Earth rather than govern it. Another flashback shows GUN agents storming the facility to assassinate Shadow, but a stray bullet triggered the explosion that killed Maria. This pushed Gerald and Shadow to seek vengeance on all of humanity. Super Sonic then takes off at tremendous speeds, crashing through the facilities and attacking Shadow. The two hedgehogs fight after colliding in a field, but Shadow mocks Sonic for abandoning his friends and family for revenge. Sonic reacts by uppercutting Shadow all the way to the moon. Sonic pauses before delivering the final blow, realizing that this is not who he is. He and Shadow express their grief for the people they lost, but Sonic warns them that retribution would not make things better. They resolve to collaborate and save the world. Evo turns on Gerald, as he says that he never saw Evo in the same way that he did Maria. Gerald responds by attempting to kill Evo, but he emerges from a ring portal alongside Tails and Knuckles, and Evo uses Sonic's supercharged quill to stab Gerald in the buttocks, sending him flying into the chaos energy barrier and vaporizing him. Evo, Tails, and Knuckles then attempt to deflect the Eclipse Cannon's trajectory, while Sonic and Shadow, both fueled by Chaos Emeralds, hold the blast off. They successfully divert it away from Earth, but it ends up hitting the moon. Sonic starts to fall back to Earth unconsciously, and when Tails tries to save him, he loses consciousness too, but Knuckles ends up saving them both. Sonic apologizes to his friends for abandoning them the way he did, but Tails and Knuckles forgive him. The Eclipse Cannon's core is about to overload, so Evo decides to use his final moments with Shadow to get the cannon away from Earth. Evo sends out one last stream to Earth, which Stone sees from London, and thanks him for remaining loyal and being his only friend. Shadow pushes the cannon away from Earth before it is destroyed, and Stone bids Eggman farewell. The heroes return to Green Hills, where Tom is healing from his injuries. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles then race again to determine which of them is indeed the fastest. Sonic runs all the way to a park in New York. Metal Sonic then confronts him. The Hedgehog defeats it before it can harm him, but soon a massive army of Metal Sonics appears. They are taken out by another Hedgehog, Amy Rose. Shadow appears to have survived the explosion and takes up one of his inhibitor rings. And the movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more amazing recaps.